Hello everybody. I have been eating here and doing some stuff. How are you today? Today I've been cleaning all these golf balls. Not only 3, maybe 100, I don't know. And they are full of faults, dumps. Something is wrong. I think they threw them away because of this dump. Every ball I find is these dumps. Why is it? It's a fault by irregularity. So, my friends, I experienced something the other day, Monday. And also the previous Monday. Not only 2 days ago, it's also 9 days ago. So I went to this naprapat because of this shoulder have been so hard on me. It have been frozen. He said that this is beginning of a frozen shoulder. So I don't know so much about that, but he said I've been there before. I knew that, and I greeted him as long time no see. And that was in 2008. I went to him last time. I told you all about it. What did I say last time that I didn't get to remember this time? I don't know. It was kind of nice, but yeah, I told you about the last time loop. How fast from 45 minutes. Yes, he said, last Monday he said, yes, it was, I had to extend that treatment because I needed to do some good work on you. And I told him last Monday that, you see, I was here and I knew that I have been at least 40 minutes, if not more. Yes, he confirmed it. And I said that I usually take half an hour. But yeah, but the strangest thing is that the time that I was here felt like 10 minutes in the most. 10 minutes. But it lasted for 45 minutes. What? We were in a bubble. I feel the urge to take this bubble here. The bubble. Like a cocoon. That you were in a cocoon, that things, the time just goes speedily. It's that kind of feeling that you kind of missed out on many minutes being there. So I wonder how that can be. Last time, former previous time, I was talking about boredom, the void that Jesus was taken by in the cloud, in the void. And you see, as I also said, that I'm rarely bored because I'm bored so frequent. I'm frequently bored, and people, I don't want to name sex, but you know what kind of sex that is. I'm boring myself now. How perfect must it be? I mean, how perfect. I can't stick with this. I'm not a golf player, but I can still stick with faults as long as there is no shame in who you are. What am I talking about? This time loop? And also the last Monday, as I have frequently repeated myself, it went like 7 minutes in the most 10. So he kind of did it again. This naprapat. His name is, by the way, Thomas Mørk, and he is a very skilled naprapat, and he said last time, because it was kind of painful what he did to me, he kind of touched in a very rudely way. I don't know if that was the time ticker, the time trick that he made. Believe in time. And last time he touched in a very harmful way. Every step of the way he kind of touched me, and I didn't cry, but when I came out to the waiting room talking with these kind of people, I said I had my cry a little bit in there. So, no, I didn't. It was kind of a pleasure, because when you have so much pain and this shoulder is stiff like that, it's kind of good that he strike the mark every time he touched me. I kind of felt it. Do you catch my drift now? So this kind of naprapat is doing the right job, and he said also that I'm not so very careless about if the help I provide doesn't help, if the service I do doesn't help, I can't be arrogant. I have to recommend something else, and that gains trust. People doesn't think that way at all. That they keep on doing, and I said also he confirmed that some of the healthcare workers, they do what they do, and they are not entirely honest, because when the service is not doing so well, they can't kind of admit to that. They can't admit that there is faults. If I sit here and deny all the faults and dumps in this ball, it's kind of silly, because everybody can see it. And if you go to a doctor and it really doesn't help, either it's a shrink or a physician or a chiropractor or healthcare worker, if what they do doesn't really impact a change, they keep on making a new appointment all the time, because as he said, they have maybe not so much customers. It's not so much to do, so they just keep on doing it. And he said 3 times, and that is quite some money too. And I think people that have some respect for other people's money will obviously have the consideration that they are fulfilled with that kind of money, but you need to see another doctor, because what I do here doesn't seem to work. And that is just a honest admission. It's not if I say something about myself that I'm too stubborn, I'm not that good, I'm a little bit critical of myself, or I'm all this kind of stuff. People take it as something very negative, very... what kind of view do you have on yourself, Ole? Can't you say something positive? Yeah, but the obvious case, in my case, I'm kind of not so easygoing guy. I admit it. I don't I don't reject that, and I feel more. I feel ashamed of myself in many ways, but not all. That is not my view on myself, that I'm bad or something. That is your point of view, because yourself, you can't admit. You can't admit to what's the obvious fact. So we have to have some realistic glasses on our eyes in order to see all the dumps and faults in our personality, in our persona. So what you know, it's highly needed today that you have some clear mind, that you are not fooled or lured by your own what self-pride or something. Where am I going with this? Time loop, and yeah, it's a kind of a fault in time. I got it now. The time, you have to believe so much in time that you forget all about it. When you believe in Jesus, you have to forget him. That's the idea. You have to, if you believe so much in Jesus, kind of vanishes, as it did for the apostles and those that were together with him when he left. They believed so much, they wanted him so much, they needed him so much, that lost. I have a coincidental story about that, because when I was living in a different apartment, it was like a small room with a kitchen and bedroom in the same place. It's not so rare. The only next room was the toilet, the bathroom. And I felt very good being there. I felt really blessed. How can I say it? I felt that the time I had there was so good and so blessed, and it was close to the city, and whenever I wanted to travel away, I just could lock the door, take care of the electricity and all this kind of stuff, and went away. I could stay away for many weeks. But you see, that moment that I felt that blessing, it bites me, that maybe tomorrow or some near future you will end up without this apartment. And when you feel that everything is so good, everything is so well, everything is so perfect, like this, it's a good indication, it's a good object to be reminded. I felt that something was wrong. I waited, and next day, yes, the next day, and that was in the evening, and the next day I received this letter. Oh, you have to leave this apartment. You have to leave this apartment. I'm going to use it for a different purpose during the summertime. So off you go. So, and I had already ordered my ticket to Israel. So what do I do with that? So I throw myself around and I went to some apartments. I didn't like it. I felt claustrophobic. And my girlfriend, not girlfriend, but lady friend, She advised me to this apartment here, and wow, it had been waiting for me for more or less a year. So I bought it, I got the chance to buy it, and I'm so blessed. Maybe it will be removed again. So my friends, wherever there is a fault, there is an admittance. You have to admit something about yourself that is not that perfect. You may not like to talk about it so much. It's okay. It's okay. Something is also written in something that is a little bit shameful, or I lack better words for it. The things that we are not so proud of, we cover up. We deal with it in love. If you see a fault with your friend or something, you cover up, and you don't talk about it, and you don't expose it. You just cover it up, and it's all right. It's a different degree when the man or lady in hand is exposed to everybody that he or she is like that. It's kind of very rude to do that. Oh, you are like that, or you are like this. Take the fight with the person in hand. Take that kind of issue with that person in hand. Not everything is perfect, and you have to take that into regard when you confront some people with your case, that even you yourself can be arrested for something very wrong. So why did they make this bowl full of dumps? You may not know. It's kind of the time loop. My naprapat, this professional time looper, he kind of shows it, because the time runs so fast when you are together with the right people. And when Jesus was there, about to go, I think people felt, we want you even more. Now that we know that you are going, we want you even more. And this ball is precisely the way it is. It's called a golf ball, and I have cleaned it. I found a lot of golf balls. I'm not a golfer, but I like to pick them up, and I will try to sell it. It's worth $1 or something. It's used, and it's okay. Less than $1, I think, half a dollar. In any which way, this dumps is faults in the ball that it may go further, because before the faults they tried to make it round, but it didn't really go so far. But when, by maybe an accident, they made faults in this, and they tried it, yes, for fun. How far does this go compared with the one that is smooth and everything is perfect? It went further. It went further, and all these dumps is cracking up. The wind that is going over, that is going, and it's cracked up, so it doesn't restrain, or it doesn't hold back. It is flying through the wind. The air in a very precise and a very fast and even further than those that were before. It depends obviously on the quality and the weight. I don't know whether it have different weights, but that is the point for the faults. And you may not know. This ball may not know if it had a conscience. It may not know. Why am I made with all those faults, those I like to surf in the wind, but why all these faults? Does it really help? What's the point? So I would say, you as a person, you may have all these faults, all these cracks up, and you may seem to be too young, too old, too not so pretty, too scold like me, like this. It's kind of, what's the point? As long as people see you for who you really are, and not only your eyes on you, but their eyes have a different perspective altogether. So if you ask your best friend and your enemy, if it could be made a question to that, how do you perceive me? The enemy would obviously say, you have all these faults. You have all these things, obnoxious thing with you. That is not so good. I don't like it. You are so obsessive. You are so stubborn. You are so debateful. You are so querulantic. And those that say that, oh, I like you so much because you have this pretty face, pretty face, or you are so nice with people. You see people and you try to understand. You are not so picky about how to judge everybody. You don't judge me when I come to you. So all these kind of attributes is mixed together with me, with you, with everybody. So if you don't take into consideration that you are a little bit faulty yourself, faulty towers, I don't know, it's all mistakes. You may not meet the other person that is maybe asking for forgiveness. You are the one that are so stubborn and so obnoxious that you can't see the little pin in your brother's eyes, because you have this timber of your own. So I don't know. It's kind of I think those issues are mixed together. The faults and the time loop. Something is wrong anyway. Something went wrong anyway. How can we know that? How can we know so much without not knowing? I think the need of knowing is the lack of knowledge. And how we get to know is our disabilities, more or less. How would we understand if we didn't have some problem with understanding? So I think the further, the better, the sooner we admit our own limitations and view them for what they are, not putting it in a negative or a positive way. It's definitely positive, but it's not that nice to see everything as dark. It's not my nature either. I don't like to see myself as something dark, and it's not good as to be kind of not that proud that you are not exposing those attributes. But it's kind of going faster when you admit to your own faults. It's your learning curve will be enhanced when you can see that you are in need of understanding. I sat on the school bench. I didn't do it well, because I had this obnoxious sense of feeling that I knew it all alone. I had nothing to learn. This is nothing new. This was my attitude. I was so ashamed to sit there and learn something new. I guess that all the students there were knowing it all. They knew everything before even the teacher talked about it. So that's kind of the attitude that you may have. That everything I am talking about is nothing new to you. You know it all, and nothing is beyond your comprehension. That was my attitude, and I don't like to talk about it, but it's just how it is. I can't. It's kind of now that I realize that I can learn. Something is new. Something is beyond my comprehension. That I put myself in the position to be learning. If you admit to some positional faults in your personality or your abilities or something, then you are on the right path, because that is from there. There is a 0 point, and the advancement will be increasingly higher. So don't think that everybody knows it all but you. You will learn by admitting. That is the track here. Admitting to some limitations, some faults, some problems, some issues. As long as we are honest to those things that is troubling us. When I came to show what I thought I knew, I couldn't show it. I couldn't tell it. It was kind of very shameful that I acted as I knew it all, but I didn't. And that is the starting point. That is the focal point of advancement. That you are in a position to say this and that about yourself. That is honestly truth. That is not, it's not about positive or negative, it's not about something else, but it's the admittance of fact. And when people are getting saved by Jesus, it's not because someone is perfect or know it all. It's about those faults. It's about that very crucial. It's kind of a cross, crucial. And that is maybe the point too. The crucial point is that you admit your own state. I'm not so much into Jesus and all this kind of stuff. I left it behind. Not left it, it's still with me. I still admit to Jesus and this kind of stuff, but the start of it was admitting that I needed grace, and I needed His love, I needed His forgiveness. So, my friends, that is all what I have today. I don't like to talk about God or Jesus, all this. It's so profound, it's so deep, but it touches on our daily life, our daily routines, our fact, our abilities, possibilities, and what you know. I think that has to do with believe in time. When you are ready to admit your situation, that's the starting point. And you have to just be open, just to accept, be humbled by fact. The truth shall set you free, my friend. Amen.